Oh, it's on. It caught me by surprise. Welcome back, Babbling Beer Reviewers. Welcome back to another Babbling Beer Review with me at King&Dragon. Me, Lee. If it's the first time tuning in, welcome. If not, you pretty much know how things go here. Bit of babbling, bit of waffling. My camera, I'm in problems with my camera. The last two times I've filmed I've had issues here. As you probably can see, Christmas has arrived at the King&Dragon, so you might see a bits of Christmas ale and bits and bobs early this year. I've done it early. Reason being is that got some things going on. Missus has got to have a bit of an op before Christmas. Sorry about that. I was trying to adjust it to see if it so trying to get things done a bit earlier than I normally would. I haven't done indoors. I've done the lights out the front for her because I'm good like that. Keep her happy. Yeah, I've got to do the main decks in here, but I had to do it here. I did the lights, so it was a good excuse to put the stuff up in here, get this bit festive feeling, especially the way the things are going in the world at the minute, and all the misery, and the upcoming budgets, and can we afford a Christmas? Can we even call it Christmas? It'll always be Christmas to me. I know the reason for the season, so yeah. Anyway, Babbling Beer Reviews, as I said, if you haven't been here before, this is pretty much how it goes, babbling and waffling. So today, following on from the last one, I've done a couple of darker beers. This one is, I suppose it's a dark beer. I've had it in the fridge a while. It's a Kentish strong ale. It's from Shepherd Neame. Shepherd Neame have been around for a long time, over 300 years. They've been about for quite a while. So, and I've done a couple of their beers on the channel. If you look back, I've got this one. It's Shepherd Neame, and it's a 1698 Kentish strong ale, 500ml bottle. They've got, what's on their bottle cap? Got their little logo on there. Yeah, 500ml. This one is bottle conditioned. It's a bottle conditioned beer, which I thought was lovely. Thrice hopped and bottled at the brewery. And they're based in Faversham, the market town of Kings. So yeah, what does it say? It says 1698 bottle condition Kentish strong ale is a living product which continues to ferment. Babbling Beer Reviews, need to get some glasses. In the bottle, this creates a natural sediment, just like real ale. Lovely. As it ferments in the cask at the pub. Only local hops, malted barley, glucose syrup and water drawn from our artisan well are used to brew 1698 bottle conditioned Kentish strong ale. Hops are added 3 times, hence it's thrice hopped, so that's 3 times throughout the brewing process. Yeah, they've got their own, I think this is one of the ones that got their own sort of chalk bed. Well, could be wrong, but I've done a couple like that. So they've got their own water that they get from, and water and different properties will make a massive difference to beer. If you brew beer, you'd know, obviously the good water quality and hard water, soft water, the different chemical elements in your water make a difference to how the flavours in the beer, the off flavours that you could possibly get and not. But yeah, so it sounds a nice beer. It's a 6.5%. I don't know if I said that already, but 6.5. I don't know if it's won any awards, this one. I'm not sure, but as I say, they've been around for a long time. Over 300 years. They claim to be Britain's oldest brewer. There's a lot of them that claim to be Britain's oldest brewer. Britain's oldest brewer. And while 1698 is the brewery's official founding date, obviously hence must be a celebratory beer with a date, 1698. As the other shops are available, I think it was £2.47. £2.47 for this bottle of beer. I'm pretty sure that's what I paid for it, because I bought this and another one was £2.74. which I think was that cherry thing I did a little while ago. But yeah, so I think it's 247. So not a bad price, 6.5%, bottle conditioned. It's the brewer's official founding date. There is clear evidence that its heritage predates even this period. This timeline details the significant events in the company's history, from the first brewers in Faversham, so Faversham, Kent, to the arrival of the Shepherd family and the Neems, right up to its current status as a successful award-winning business. Lots of history, this brewery. If you go onto their website and have a look, shepherdneem.co.uk. Obviously it started, like I say, with Faversham native John is a fellow of the Antiquities and chairs Faversham historians. He has been researching the brewery's history for nearly a decade. So John Owen, archivist and historian. But you can have a look at their website. It's all on there. You know, the Castlocks, Richard Marsh, the Shepherd and eventually the Shepherd named it. So if you go through their website, I mean, it's lovely history. I think this might be the brewery that held the King, I think, now once upon a time. But I mean, you know, when you look at it, full of history, discovery of, where are I? On Babbling Beer Reviews. Anglo-Saxon boat circa 900 AD revealed the earliest evidence of hops in the UK, 900 AD. However, Faversham's first known link with brewing follows the founding of the town's abbey in 1147 by King Stephen. Within the site was a brew house which produced ale for the monks, so it all goes back to that sort of time. The abbey was approximately 1/3 of a mile north of Shepherd Neem's present site, with the brew house close to the northeast end of Abbey Street above a well containing natural chalk filtered water. I did say a chalk bed, so there's chalk filtered water they use. By 1327, brewing in Faversham was conducted by at least 86 women known as alewives. Sounds like my kind of woman. Where are they gone today, these alewives? Yeah. Most of them sold their beer from their homes, but some were innkeepers. Pubs sort of started from people's front rooms, didn't they, and gatherings and things like that, you know. Some were innkeepers. And it goes on to show, records show that 1525, William Castlock, brother of the last abbot of Faversham, was exporting and importing beer. It was an association with beer that the Castlocks maintained, and by 1550, John Castlock, his son, was leasing the Abbey brew house. By 1570, he was the owner of 18 Court Street, where brewing has continued ever since. And John Castlock's son died in 1614, and in 1648 his grandson was barred from brewing in the town by the Parliamentarian Faversham Corporation, which may explain why in 1653 the brewery passed to Thomas Hilton. So there's loads of history. I won't carry on in there because I'll read forever and it's just boring babbling beer reviews. But yeah, have a look. I mean, it goes on right up to their present day, you know. So loads of history. And I presume that this would have been brewed as probably like a celebratory of, you know, of a year or something. But so bottle conditioned. Let's get her open. Let's have a little look, see what she's about. And yeah, bottle conditioned. It's been chilled in the fridge. It's been out for probably about 40 minutes now, maybe a bit more. So it's not as cold as it was, but then again, it is cold outside. If any of you picked up on the snow, had snow down here. Well, I say snow, it's snow slash ice. I don't know what it was, weird. And we had what they call thunder snow. We got some thunder snow down here, lightning and sleet and all sorts of weirdness going on. But that's another story as well, what they're doing with our weather. I reckon that's got something to do with it, but it's going to be in winter. I'm a conspiracy nut job, I think. That's what it is. Babbling beer reviews. Cool, nice sort of deep ale aroma coming from this. Nice bit of sort of smoky charredness there, but definitely a nice punchy sort of ale smell. Let's get it poured. Let's do the pour, guys, and have a little taste and see what it's like. Let's do the pour. And stir up. I haven't stirred it up. I don't like to stir up any of this sediment. $500ml bottle, as I say. Nice and clear. It's got a bit of carbonation. So nothing in the bottom of that. Of course, a nice aroma, almost like a banana sort of smell come off of that. It's quite clear. It's a clear looking beer. I'm clearer than I thought because it didn't. The bottle's quite dark itself. So, but obviously, I mean, it looks red in here because I've got the red lights above. But it's sort of a golden ambery colour. I suppose more amber. It's more of an amber colour than it is gold, but very clear. Bit of carbonation going on. I don't know if you can see on there. Not much, but I say very clear. The head is more or less dissipated straight away, which the bottle condition, I thought that'd be better than that, but there you go. There's hardly any head on it, so it would be white. But let's say strong ale smell. Definitely got some, looks like hints of banana. Very subtle, mind you. Probably just me. It's hops, isn't it? Thrice hopped. Cheers. Let's have a little taster. That's nice. It's quite mellow. It's quite a mellow tasting. I thought it was going to. I mean, there's a bit of carbonation. Very subtle. It's not too bad at all. Yeah, it's like a mellow sort of. You know. Smooth, actually. It's quite a smooth beer. See, it's Babbling beer reviews. It's a nice sort of, what do they call it, like a biscuity sort of malt and a biscuit base in there, if you like. It's got a, you know, traditional sort of ale beer base. Not so much banana-y now, but definitely some sort of tinge of like a fruit taste. Very, very, very subtle. Smooth though, mellow, and the mouthfeel sort of is medium. The top end of medium pushing into 4. I wouldn't say it's full on. I expected 6.5. I thought it might have. I mean, it might be too strong for some people. 6.5, I don't know. But I think when I drank that McEwen's, and I think when I had that, as soon as I drank that, it was, oh, you could taste, you know, like when you had super tenants, you know, like one of these strong special brew that used to be, they used to be like drinking petrol. Not that I've ever drunk petrol, but and don't recommend drinking it either. But you know what I mean, it had that strong, as soon as you drank it, it was in your gums, it tickled the gums, and you know, it just was full of flavour. It left that real deep linger in the back of your throat when you've had a nice strong beer, and then you got that warming feeling, the rosy cheeks. This it's meaningful, and this would be one of them that would creep up on you. I think it's there, but it's not. It sort of deceives you. As I say, it's very clear. I thought it'd be a bit more heavier than that, to be honest. Like looking not as clear as the, and say amber in colour. Still sticking with the darker side, I suppose, of beer. The head is more or less gone. I mean, there's a little bit of lacing on the little bit of glass lacing, but nothing to write home about. So Asda's £2.47, a 500ml bottle, 6.5 bottle condition, thrice hopped. Obviously, like Faversham at Kent, you have like East Goldings and, you know, them sort of things down there. Probably use Fuggles and things. So there's sort of, I can imagine the traditional sort of hops in it. It's not hoppy by any means, but obviously the hops have been used at different process of the, you get, you know, a bit of earthy taste, slight earthy taste, but no, you know, a traditional. Nice slight after linger, and just a nice, I'd say strong beer. I mean, when I think of Devon Dumpling, when I have that, I know I always reference that. That to me, when I drink that, that always leaves me with that to what I would say is a full-on flavour. A lot of people can't drink it because it's that sort of strong, and that's only a 5.1. This is a 6.5. You'd be deceived though. I would say if you buy that, be careful. It's dangerous. You must get that, you know, when you sort of had a beer and you get that, sometimes you get that sort of like toffee aftertaste. It's nice, it's a pleasant aftertaste, you know. This isn't giving you that sort of, I haven't got that heavy ale sort of taste afterwards, but quite a smooth, mellow, you know, smooth beer. I'm surprised really. I'm disappointed with the head's dissipated. I hate that when that happens on the beer. Because I'm used to it from the pump. Yeah, it's not bad, not bad. As I say, the more I'm drinking it, I mean, I'm sort of quarter down the glass, halfway down the glass. Starting to feel a bit more now, I suppose. It's, you know, I reckon after a couple of them you'd notice it, but as I say, if you were drinking it, it would creep up on you. You sort of get halfway down and then you start thinking, oh, well, maybe 6.5, not a beer to be downed, a beer to be sort of savoured, and, you know, sit in the pub over a couple of hours having a chat with somebody, maybe have one or two of them, although they want you to be drinking more, but you wouldn't want to have too many of them. As I said, it'll creep up on you, and before you know it, you'll think, oh, Mr. Vegas, whoa, Mr. Vegas. I don't know, I've got that in my head. Whoa, that's a silly advert, isn't it? Whoa, Mr. V. Babbling beer reviews. So yeah, I mean, if you haven't one, check it out. It's an after beery linger, definitely now. Almost like a warming still there. Yeah, I think it'd creep up on you, so be careful. 6.5%, as I say. Bottle condition, thrice hopped, Kentish strong ale. What do we give it? Excuse me, I prefer these sort of beers anyway myself. I don't know. Do I like it more like that London Porter? I like that darker beer, but this is smoother. Yeah, I think I do. And what I had that yes, 8.3. I think I give that, didn't I? So for me, this would be, I'm going to go 8.8 out of 10 for me for that. That's quite a nice beer. I like it as an all-rounder. I say it'll creep up on you. I don't like how the head's dissipated. Yeah, nice bit of, there's a bit of hoppy grassy sort of earthiness there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm at 8 point, what did I say, 8 point, was that 8.8 I said? Yeah, I think I'd go with 8.8. If I didn't, that's what I didn't say, this is what I'm saying, 8.8 out of 10 for me. Definitely get some and check it out. Asda, I don't know if you can get it anywhere else, probably can. Other supermarkets are available. But the sweetness as well, sweetness level in there. Yeah, nice. Yes, it's nice. There's no bitterness. There's no dry after bitterness or nothing like that. It's just a nice. It's a nice beer, and as I say, it will creep up on you because it's one of them. You drink it, it feels more like a sort of 4.5% rather than a 6.5. and it would creep up on you. You would chat and have a cut of them and think, oh, I'll have another one of them. Yeah, that'd get you. So you've got to be careful. These are crafty beers, you know. Crafty. Cheers. What is there left in the bottle? Ignore my Michael Jackson style bandage or whatever, you know. I don't know, Michael Jackson. You know, my gimmick. Not there, was it Phil Foden? And this is the thing with this, they're all wearing this new hand bandage. I mean, I wear one occasionally because I get a bit of arthritis or whatever in my arm. Starting to get older now. All these ailments. I pulled this several weeks ago. I was doing the garden, raking some grass out there, growing with the bird seeds. Not very good action, was it? Babbling beer reviews. And I was raking the grass, and I pulled something. And then, it was about 8 weeks ago, and I should go and get it checked, really. And I've put a strap as well, like a tennis elbow strap to go over. And then I've moved, my mum's moved, so I've been busy moving. I was fitting carpet, and I think where I used the knife and to cut the carpet, it was Hessian back. Babbling beer review, Hessian. It was Hessian back carpet. And so it's quite thick, so I fitted it all in and cut into the, you know, the skirting boards, you know, to make it fit. Obviously pulling the knife, I don't think that helped. And then moving, obviously lifting furniture and things like that. So when I've rested it, it seems fine. I've just put this on today because it feels better than the other thing. Like that tennis, but it just feels more like wearing a glove. It just feels more comfortable. And then I've got a problem with my car, so I'm out there early on with a tool today, and I've obviously using the spanner on there, and I've jarred it again. So if I don't do anything with it, it seems to ease up. But as soon as I'm not looking over there. I think when people look down the camera. Ooh, we're over here. Yeah, so I'm hoping that, you know, if I rest it, should clear up. But anyway, that's another Babbling beer reviews. And anyway, I'm watching the news with the lots and lots going on. But the this 3-eye atlas, you know, the aliens. I did a video going back along about it. And NASA have now released their pictures of it. All the technology, and NASA being the big space agency, and the government in America had a shutdown, so they couldn't release these photos. But all of a sudden, these photos have been released, and they. Somebody was showing like a picture of foggy road in London, and the lights are they're blurred. The lights blurred through the fog. You know, you get that sort of haze, and NASA's picture looks like a cropped version of that. It's like I took one on the bottom, cropped it. They're supposed to be in the clearest photos. People down here, you know, amateur astrologers have had clearer photographs. Something don't sit right, you know. All these aurora lights and chemtrails and, you know, the 2030 agenda. Something's happening, something's going on. We're building up to something. And, yeah, make sure you're all right and get your stuff in order. Get your house in order. I just think, you know, it's one of them things where you're going to have to... It's one of them things, you know, and there's lots going on, as I say. So, whatever you do, you know, it's just funny how them pictures come out and they didn't look like anything other than, yeah, a manufactured cropped picture. So, anyway, enough of that. Whatever you're doing, enjoy the rest of your evening and weekend, and. Yeah, Shepherd Nemes, 1698. Check it out, see if you like it. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you back soon for another Babbling beer review. Take it easy.